Live from WRAL News Headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
Today's the day we change up the weather pattern. It is wet out there in places and much colder. I'll show you what rain we could see today and why it's a weather alert day for tomorrow.
Go Birds! The Eagles are flying high after their win in Super Bowl 59. The celebrations overnight from Philly down to New Orleans.
And voting for representation, a union election begins today for Amazon workers in Garner. Their push for a stronger voice in the workplace. There'll be a lot of pushes for some hushed tones in the workplace today. Keep it down if you do make it in after the Super Bowl. It's going to be one of those mornings for a lot of folks. I'm Jeff Hogan. It's good to have you with us.
And I'm Renee Chu. Yeah, one of those mornings that productivity may not be the highest, right? All right, that's okay. We'll just ease you into the work week. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, and we have some spotty showers moving out of the area.
We do. So it's wet out there in a lot of places. Even though you see the rain moving out, there's some drizzle that's falling in spots as well. So last bit of actual rain showing up on the radar is moving out of Wilson County and really out of the viewing area. And that's really going to be about all the actual rain that we see today. But this morning we have a lot of low clouds. It'll produce some drizzle. It's much colder today. It's breezy. It's just an uncomfortable day for us today. And then tomorrow the rain really kicks in. This is a live look at Cary. Still a little bit of water on the camera lens, and you can see that it is wet as you're heading out the door. A little breezy too. A northeast wind at 9 miles per hour. A temperature of just 40 degrees. So it's just cold and damp out there, and it stays cold all day. We'll see temperatures only in the upper 40s for highs this afternoon. Tomorrow's a WRAL weather alert day. We have more rain that rolls in around the middle of the morning, and that may start near the Virginia line as a wintry mix. Not likely to see flooding for tomorrow, but we are looking at the potential for some freezing rain, some sleet, that sort of thing. We're going to walk you through the timeline of that coming up. Chris?
All right, this morning at 6:02, a live look at I-40 Airport Boulevard. Of course, fly, Eagles, fly. Maybe you're doing some flying of your own. The weather so far not posing any major issues out there. We do have a live look from WRAL's Nick Perlin. He's in the storm tracker this morning, and that's a look at Tryon Road there on the right-hand side of your screen. Overall, most of the rain has moved out of the area, but so far, just a little bit of that road spray. Bring you back to the traffic map here. Minimal delay across most of the area. If you're heading into the capital city, just a 2-minute delay on US 1 South coming in from Wake Forest.
Today will be the first weekday for a traffic lane shift on a major North Raleigh road. Kelsey Coffey joins us from Durant Road, where the DOT is starting construction on a new bridge there. Kelsey, good morning.
Hey, Jeff, good morning. For the first time today, this construction here on Durant Road could impact your weekday morning commute. NCDOT says that this project will be going on at least for 2 years. Now, businesses in this area have put out signs to direct customers through this construction zone. So far, crews have narrowed the lanes between Hawksmoor and Capitol Hills drives. Eventually, they will build a bridge that will lift Durant Road over the S line. That's a new rail line that will connect Raleigh and Richmond. We spoke with a business in the area who says they plan to alert customers about this new construction on social media.
Letting our customers know what's going on and how they can navigate the parking lot and look for our signs.
NCDOT says they plan to work on this project in phases so they won't disrupt traffic across multiple areas all at once. But they say that this project won't be complete until spring of 2027. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
This week, thousands of workers at the Amazon RDU1 facility in Garner will decide whether to unionize. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from Garner. And Laura, this is a week-long thing, and workers can start voting today.
Renee, good morning. Here at the RDU1 facility in Garner, you'll see signs just like this outside of the building that says RDU1 Unite, Win the Fight, and Vote Union Yes. Of course, an upstart union here is attempting to represent more than 4,000 Amazon workers. Over the weekend, more than 100 workers rallied outside this facility trying to gather that support. By unionizing, the group hopes to receive higher wages, increased paid time off, paid lunch, and several other demands. The company pays workers in the facility a starting wage of $18.50 an hour and a top pay of $23.80 an hour. The union organizer said they'll be pressing for about $30 an hour.
We are obsessed with the customer. We are proud of coming in every day and delivering packages within 1 to 2 days. I'm proud of being a ship dock water spider and walking 21 to 25 miles a day to make sure that packages are out. We deserve to be able to negotiate our wages.
So WRAL did reach out to Amazon for a statement on the efforts to unionize. A spokesperson said in part, the fact is Amazon already offers what many unions are requesting: safe, inclusive workplaces, competitive pay, and industry-leading benefits. The National Labor Relations Board is going to oversee this 6-day vote. With that vote beginning today, they're going to count it on this upcoming Saturday. Now, if they are successful with this facility here in Garner will be the only second facility to unionize in the country. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Garner.
Super Bowl 59 has wrapped up in New Orleans. The Philadelphia Eagles raised the Lombardi Trophy after a decisive win, knocking off the Kansas City Chiefs and ending their bid for a three-peat. Taylor Swift was spotted supporting her boyfriend Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs. Tough night for both of them. Grammy Award-winning artist Kendrick Lamar became the first solo rap artist to perform the Super Bowl halftime show. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts was named MVP of the game, and the Chiefs got off to a slow start and didn't pick up much steam from there. Scoreless in the first half, and they lose Super Bowl 59, 40-22.
More than the biggest football game of the year in North Carolina. This is the first year fired up fans were able to bet on the big game legally. Sports analysts tell us the Super Bowl could break records, expecting to be one of the biggest gambling days of the year. We caught up with sports fans in Raleigh who tell us being able to place a bet adds a level of excitement to the game.
When you say I put a bet on Saquon Barkley to get so many yards, it makes me root for him a little more, a little harder, you know, because I'm trying to get my money, you know.
Experts say $5 billion has been spent on betting in the state after it was legalized in March. We won't have an idea of exactly how much money was wagered on the Super Bowl until next month.
I have an idea this morning, Renee, of what it looks like in New Orleans after the Super Bowl. Obviously, a lot of people celebrated the win, going to the French Quarter, buying memorabilia. But right now on Bourbon Street, as you can see, it's actually pretty active as they are beginning the process of taking things down, taking those barricades. There's still some tourists, as you see here, walking across the camera. But the goal here is obviously to clean this area so people can kind of go back to normal now that the Super Bowl is over. And you got to think, go back about a month plus, and we were using this camera angle for a different reason, right? That terrorist attack that unfolded for New Year's celebrations there. So to see this happen, this is the reason we're bringing it up. People just kind of clearing up after a very exciting evening. That's what we like to do here this morning, the morning after Super Bowl.
Thanks, Chris. Today, the case of a man accused of murdering a Moore County woman heads back to court in Montgomery County. Investigators believe James Dunmore killed his girlfriend, Alicia Watts, in 2023. Watts was last seen July 16th of that year. Dunmore was found in her SUV just a few days later. Authorities found Watts' body in Montgomery County. During today's deposition hearing, witnesses will provide sworn testimony before the trial begins as both the prosecution and defense prepare their cases.
President Donald Trump says he will announce 25% tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports today. He also said he plans to announce new reciprocal tariffs on countries that impose tariffs on U.S. products. The president did not provide many specifics on how expensive the new tariffs would be. It's also not clear whether the new steel and aluminum tariffs will be in addition to the tariffs already in place on exports from countries like China. Also today, new Chinese tariffs on certain U.S. goods begin. That's 15% for certain types of coal and liquefied natural gas, and 10% for crude oil, certain vehicles, and farm equipment. China says it's responding to Trump's new tariffs on Chinese products. Those tariffs force American businesses to pay an extra 10% on Chinese imports over $800.
More than 130 Wake County schools could be getting a panic button later this month. The district's Safety and Security Committee will discuss the Rave Panic Button when it meets tomorrow. This is the app that can be used by employees to automatically put schools in lockdown if they sense a threat and alert authorities. The committee will hear a plan from the Office of Security that has the district-wide rollout beginning February 17th. Teachers in about 24 Wake County schools already have this app. A software glitch had been keeping the remaining schools from being able to join.
Police are still looking for the person who shot 4 people in Raleigh. The shooting happened near the Aberley Grove apartments along New Bern Avenue late Saturday night. This is video of the scene. You can see a nearby shopping center taped off. We spoke with neighbors who told us the shooting came out of nowhere.
Thought it was a helicopter or something going over top. Then it was just do. Whatever it was, it had to be something pretty big, maybe automatic fire.
It's still unclear what led to the shooting or if police have any suspects. All 4 victims are expected to survive. We will continue to stay on top of this story and bring you updates as it develops.
Also, there was another shooting off New Bern Avenue this weekend. It happened on the corner of Hawkins Street just after 3 a.m. yesterday. Police say a man was shot and taken to the hospital. He is expected to recover, and that investigation continues.
Still ahead, producing pennies doesn't make sense. President Trump orders the mint to stop striking new coins. Why the small form of currency costs more to create than it's worth.
And all eyes were on Super Bowl 59 last night, including the halftime performance show. We'll go over all of the big moments there.
And take a look at the camera looking down Fayetteville Street. You can see how wet it is out there right now. Mostly just some drizzle, but much cooler. Plus, tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day. I'll show you why.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:14, we take a live look at Dual Doppler 5000 radar. That last bit of rain is moving out, but it doesn't mean that you won't see wet conditions heading out the door. Typically, drizzle, the particles are really small. The radar doesn't typically pick that up very well, but we're definitely looking at some damp conditions across the area. On top of that, really chilly out there too, and breezy, so it's an uncomfortable start this morning. Our chances of rain really start to go down, especially as we get to and past lunchtime. Take a live look at Raleigh. Now, this is a look at, of course, the legislative building. Camera shaking a little bit, a lot of water on the camera lens, even though we're not showing a whole lot of rain on the radar. We do have the top of the tower lit in green for some rain for this morning. It's a chilly day today. Highs don't make it out of the 40s. Chris?
Yeah, 40s and clouds the day after Super Bowl Sunday. That's just cruel and unusual punishment. But yeah, we've got the road conditions overlaid some of the main interstates there. You notice it is a little bit not slick, but damp out there from time to time, especially from Johnston County northward. We'll give you a live look this morning at what's going on some of the cameras. There's I-40 Avon Ferry. Things already picking up in terms of traffic, but things are flowing smoothly. As you're getting ready to head out the door, you can tune us in anywhere in the triangle on 101.5 HD3.
U.S. government's headquarters for the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is closing down this week. Bureau employees were informed yesterday afternoon that the watchdog agency's D.C. headquarters will not be open for the week. Workers and contractors were told to work remotely. No reason was given for the sudden closure. This comes days after Elon Musk posted on X, quote, CFPB RIP with the tombstone emoji there. The Bureau was created in the aftermath of the 2008 financial crisis. It has said its purpose is to increase protections for consumers and accountability for corporations.
President Trump says he wants the Treasury Department to stop making pennies. Trump said it was wasteful spending. Writing on social media, quote, for far too long, the U.S. has minted pennies, which literally cost us more than 2 cents. The rising cost of metals, including zinc and copper, is part of the reason it's been getting more expensive to make the coin. Whether you watch the Super Bowl for the football, the commercials, or the halftime show, there was plenty of excitement last night. Grammy Award-winning recording artist Kendrick Lamar performed at the halftime show. WRAL's Michelle McConaughey is here now with some of the biggest moments from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was great last night. Actor Samuel L. Jackson, dressed as Uncle Sammy, introduced Kendrick Lamar at New Orleans' Caesars Superdome. And for just under 13 minutes, Lamar commanded that field. Dancers dressed in red, white, and blue Blue joined Lamar. They were labeled too loud and too reckless by Jackson's Uncle Sam, who reminded Lamar to play the game. Then he launched into some of his biggest hits, including Humble, DNA, and Euphoria. A lot of people were wondering whether Lamar would perform his massively popular Drake diss track, Not Like Us. And he did, although he took out one of the words that prompted Drake to sue their shared record label, Universal Music Group. Tennis star Serena Williams, who once dated Drake, also came out on stage to dance during the performance. And SZA also made an appearance on stage for 2 of his songs. So a lot of action last night on that stage.
Yeah, Serena's got the moves there. And Kendrick Lamar certainly brought the energy out during halftime. It was fun to watch. Well, time to check the results of today's live poll. So we've asked you, how would you rate the Super Bowl halftime show? All right, and the average, people are giving it about 2 stars on a scale of 5 stars. You can always share your voice by scanning that QR code on your screen or head to WRAL.com/yourvoice to cast your vote. And we will be taking we will be asking polls all morning. Next up, we want to know, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? Let us know at WRAL.com/yourvoice.
Almost 6:20 right now on our Monday morning. Any commercial in the first half, I can weigh in on whatever happened in the second half. We slept through. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. As folks wake up, this is going to be a bit of inconvenient, chilly rain out there.
Yeah, I recommend when you wake up, pull the covers up, turn over, hit the snooze. Just, whoa, it is messy out there. And boy, we have almost a whole week of it. I mean, it may be Friday before we see sunshine again. It's a little bit drier in Fayetteville, but we had a band of rain moving across the triangle. So it is a bit damp in Apex. We still have a good bit of water on the camera lens here in downtown Raleigh. It looks like we've got some drizzle happening here. Chapel Hill also on the damp side. You can see the street there a little bit wet. The actual rain is moving out of the viewing area right now, but sometimes the particles of drizzle, because they're so tiny, don't really show up as well on the radar. So just be prepared for it to be wet and chilly and breezy and miserable. There's no better way to put it. Once we get into the day today, lots of cloud cover. The drizzle will stop, but the temperatures will still be really chilly. We look ahead to tomorrow, and it's a WRAL weather alert day. Tomorrow, we're going to see more widespread rain. All total through Friday, we're likely to see as much as 2 to 4 inches of rain. We also have the chance of a wintry mix near the Virginia line for tomorrow morning. So that's why tomorrow is a WRAL weather alert day. Let's jump right in and start with Tuesday. Early in the morning, 6, 7 o'clock, we're fairly dry. But then we begin to see the precipitation picking up, and it may be a wintry mix from, say, Durham to Roxborough to South Hill, and maybe not just in the morning, but maybe even through lunchtime. We could see a mix of rain and freezing rain, some sleet, maybe a little brief snow mixing in, and then we'll see some of that rain starting to taper off. Most of us are going to end up seeing rain out of that, and the impact should be on the minimal side. Durham to Roxborough to South Hill to Warrenton is where we could have some slick bridges and maybe some ice accumulating on things like decks and stairs. Our weather alerts, none for our viewing area yet, but if that does change, we'll definitely let you know. Once this gets started for tomorrow, the rain just continues all the way through Tuesday night, into much of Wednesday and Thursday before we get a little bit of a break on Friday. How much rainfall? Anywhere from 2 to 4 inches, but that does include the weekend where we could see some showers as well. Right now, we do have a low risk for flooding on Wednesday because we'll end up, really starting to add up some of those rainfall totals. So again, a weather alert day for tomorrow for that chance of a wintry mix and really chilly temperatures until we get to Thursday. Chris?
New this morning at 6:21 following a crash. This is on Glenwood Avenue. This is eastbound near Briar Creek Parkway. Not hearing of any major delays. Just want to let you know if that's part of your commute. There's I-540. There's Glenwood. So this is just north of where you have I-540 there. Another instance, road closure up until about noon today, mainly between 8 and noon. This is Appliance Court from Westinghouse Boulevard to Capitol Boulevard. The eastbound lane will remain open, but there will be some road work going on there. Hey, as you're heading out the door this morning, make sure you tune us in anywhere in the Triangle. That's on 101.5 HD3.
Thanks, Chris. Could Chapel Hill Bill be engaged? A new ring was spotted this Super Bowl weekend. What we know about the dazzling display on his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson.
And gone but not forgotten, a community pays respect to a 9-year-old girl who's been missing for 25 years. The disappearance of Aisha Degree and the search for answers.
We are taking a live poll this morning, and we want to know, what was your favorite Super Bowl commercial? Which one stood out to you? Share your voice right now by scanning the QR code on your screen or head to WRAL.com/yourvoice. We'll share those results in our next half hour.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
Ed Sheeran gets shut down while performing in India.
And Bill Belichick spotted with some big new bling on his girlfriend. We'll talk about this in What's Trending right here. First up, though, police in India pulled the plug on a surprise street concert planned by singer-songwriter Ed Sheeran. He posted on social media saying he had permission to be out there busking on the street, but the officer apparently wasn't aware of that and unplugged his microphone and made him leave. The mini concerts was just an impromptu performance as the musician travels the globe on an international tour. They must be fun haters in India. I don't know.
No kidding. I mean, Ed Sheeran performing, yes. Also, I was today years old when I learned the word busking.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of that word? If you didn't know what that means, apparently that means to perform some kind of entertainment on the street for monetary donations.
Yeah.
Busking.
Throw a little money
word of the day. Chapel Hill Bill and his girlfriend Jordan Hudson were spotted in New Orleans ahead of the Super Bowl, but it wasn't the former NFL coach's own rings that caught some attention. Instead, it was Hudson wearing a diamond band on her ring finger. Nobody from either side has confirmed or denied whether the two are now engaged. They've been dating for about 2 years now, so it seems to be going well. Maybe it's getting serious and to that next level.
Is that her in the Dunk Kings commercial right next to him? I mean, it would appear to be. That was the first commercial break. So the first commercial of the first commercial break is usually the one that's watched the most. Everybody's waiting for it. It was the Dunk Kings commercial with Belichick in it. That's pretty cool. Neat stuff. Well, and we're talking about it all day. Fly, Eagles, fly. And we have some more Philadelphia Super Bowl winning victory party in New Orleans coming up.
And whether we need we need the rain, but it is going to be a miserable start this morning. A little bit of light patchy precipitation still lingering, but we have more rain to come later in the week. And tomorrow's a WRAL weather alert day. I'll show you why coming up.
And extending the ceasefire. Leaders are in Qatar working to bring peace to Gaza. The U.S.'s role in ending the conflict.
All right, a reminder right here, our live poll is continuing right now. We want to know what your favorite Super Bowl commercial was. You can share your voice right now. Scan the QR code on your screen, or you can head to WRAL.com/yourvoice, and we'll share results coming up next half hour.